And he said to them, I'm going to place on earth one who will be Khalifa, an Arabic word. Hold on to it for a little while if you don't mind. Khalifa, okay? I'm going to place on earth one who will be Khalifa. All right. So what do the angels say? Now, they have no knowledge except what Allah teaches them. An angel can't go and do research. So, no. They say, in response, oh, they're horrified. Why are they horrified? Because they already know. Because Allah has already told them that this business of Khalifa is going to cause the historical process to be filled with fasad, that which corrupts and also destroys while corrupting, and also bloodshed. Why are you doing this? When this is going to result, Khalifa, this is going to result in fasad and in bloodshed, universal fasad. Fasad, remember? That which corrupts, but destroys as well, destructive corruption. That by placing on earth this human being, you are now, and appointing him as Khalifa, you are now going to allow the historical process to be filled with fasad and bloodshed. So what is this Khalifa? Which is so bad, the angels are horrified. Allah responds and says to them, I know what you don't know. There's more to the subject that you don't know. There is more to the subject of Khalifa that you do not know, which justifies my placing human beings on earth. Then he taught Adam alayhi salam the rest of the subject concerning Khilafah. Concerning Khilafah. I have not as yet translated Khalifa for you, okay? No. And having given to Adam alayhi salam the complete knowledge that the angels did not have on the subject, all that they knew about the subject is that this Khalifa is going to cause fasad, corruption which destroys, and bloodshed, rivers of blood. So he taught to Adam alayhi salam. So now Adam alayhi salam has full knowledge of the subject of Khilafah. And then he says, he places the subject before the angels. Come on, tell me. They say, we have no knowledge. Okay, Adam, you tell them. And he didn't know. And having informed them, now the angels now have the full knowledge that they didn't have before. Then he gave the angels the order to prostrate before Adam alayhi salam. And they all prostrated except this one, Iblis. So what is this Khilafah? Something very important, because it's there on the first page of history, second paragraph. To answer the question, we don't need to go to a university or a professor. We go back to the Quran. That's where we could get the answer. And when we go back to the Quran, we go to Surah Sad. 100 times I'll keep on repeating this verse. Listen to it. Allah speaks to Dawood alayhi salam, David. And I'm so happy that my brother Mika is here now. He says, Ya Dawood, O David, Inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil ard. O David, I am appointing you as Khalifa on earth. Oh, now we're getting some more knowledge about Khilafah. David is Khalifa on earth. So now what is your function as Khalifa? فَاحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِالْحَقِّ. Oh. So a Khalifa is one who governs. We're talking here about governance. A Khalifa is one who rules. A Khalifa is one who establishes law. Oh, this is heavy business now. We're talking about a state. On the first page of history, in the second paragraph, we are told that Allah placed us here on earth to establish a state, which is a Khilafah state. And the David, Nabi Dawood alayhi salam, he establishes the Khilafah state. And the Khilafah state is one in which governance is based on al-haq, or truth. And remember, truth did not come in the Quran for the first time. Don't be so foolish. Truth has been coming all through history. Truth even came to the Brazilian Indians, who showed so much respect for a river. They don't go hunting buffaloes for fun, as Europe did. Killing them for fun. No, I don't know what kind of religion came out of Europe. It could not be the religion that came from Jesus, alayhi salam, no. It came from somebody else. And so, Khalifa has to establish a state in which governance is based on truth, and truth is eternal, and truth is universal. Truth is perennial. I'm sorry, my language is becoming a little bit too difficult now for those who are French speaking. Truth is eternal, forever. Truth is absolute, it comes from Allah. Truth is universal, it has always been there in history. And truth has come for the last time here in this book, the Quran. And the Khilafah state is a state in which law is based on truth. Governance is based on truth, which has come from Allah, not from Washington. But then the verse goes on to say something more. Allah warns David alayhi salam, Dawood, وَلَا تَتَّبِعِ الْهَوَىٰ. O David, do not swerve from establishing law based on truth, which has come from Allah, and pursue your own agenda based on what your mind, your heart, your rational faculty tells you to do. That you will discuss in Parliament and you will decide in Parliament. Don't govern on the basis of that. وَلَا تَتَّبِعِ الْهَوَى فَيَدِلَّكَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. If you do that, you're going to be misguided from the way of the Lord. I think you're beginning to understand now what's coming. Huh? What Dajjal has done today. I think you're beginning to understand. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَدِلُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ لَهُمْ. Oh, this part makes you shake. لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ بِمَا نَسُوا يَوْمَ الْحِسَابِ. Surely those who depart from governance, from rule, from establishment of law based on the truth which has come from the Lord God, all through history, with Moses, with Jesus, with Abraham, with David, with Solomon, with all of them, those who depart from that truth to pursue their own agenda. For them there is and who are consequently misguided. For them there is terrible punishment because they forgot the day of accounts. Okay. So that's Awwal Zaman. Now look at Akhir Zaman. Is there anywhere on the face of Allah's earth? Anywhere? Not even in Russia, which is now returning to Christianity, to Orthodox Christianity. Not even in Russia that is returning to Orthodox Christianity. Nowhere on the face of the earth. Most certainly not in Saudi Arabia. Oh, come on. Not even in Iran. Nowhere on Allah's earth today is Allah's law supreme. Nowhere. Rather, we now have a model of a state which is the opposite of the Khilafah state. It's called a Republican state. And a Republican state is one in which governance is of the people, by the people, for the people. Have you heard it? Did you hear it? Remember? That's the Republican state. Of the people, by the people, for the people. Oh, so the people have now taken over from the Lord God. This is for يَدِلَّكَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Around the world in Akhir Zaman we have this. And nobody cries, there's no tears, no, everybody eat the chicken biryani and go home and sleep. That's what we do. No heart is weeping, none.
The Khilafah is a political philosophy and political system which came with Nabi Dawood alayhi salam, Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam, who established the holy state of Israel. That Khilafah was restored by Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. That Khilafah state recognized Allah as Al-Malik. Translation for Al-Malik, sovereign. Allah possessed sovereignty. That Khilafah state recognized Allah as Al-Akbar, whose authority is supreme. That Khilafah state recognized Allah's law as the supreme law, al-Hakam. No law is higher than Allah's law. When Allah made something halal, the state enforced it as halal. When Allah made something haram, the state enforced it as haram. That was the Khilafah state. And the territory was called Darul Islam. In Darul Islam, once the territory is Darul Islam, any Muslim has a right to enter. Any Muslim from any part of the world has a right to enter Darul Islam. You don't need a visa. Any Muslim can come and reside in Darul Islam. You have that right. You don't need a PR. Any Muslim can seek employment in Darul Islam. You don't need a work permit. And any Muslim can participate in the political process on the basis of political equality with all other Muslims. You don't need something called citizenship. That is what we had. And that is what is coming back with with Imam al-Mahdi. We just have a little time to wait. It's coming back. Our hearts are there with that. We have not forsaken it. We have never given it up. We have never betrayed it. No. We're longing for it to come back. And we'll struggle for it to come back, even though we know we have to wait for Imam al-Mahdi. But what about the rest? When Dajjal destroyed the Khilafah state, guess what he used to replace it? He used the modern secular state. And the whole world today is embraced by this system, which declares that sovereignty no longer belongs to Allah. This state is sovereign. Why can't they understand that that is shirk? What's wrong? What's wrong with Ikhwan al-Muslimun in Egypt? What's wrong with Parti Islam in Kelantan? What's wrong with Jamaat Islami in Pakistan? What's wrong with Al-Nahda in Tunisia? What's wrong with the Justice and Development Party in Turkey? What's wrong with the world of Islamic scholarship? Why can they not understand that this is shirk? Allah is no longer Al-Akbar. His authority is no longer supreme. No. The Charter of the United Nations Organization says that the authority of the Security Council of the United Nations is supreme in the world in all matters pertaining to international peace and security. Allah is no longer Al-Akbar. That's shirk. The modern secular state says Allah's law is not the supreme law anymore. The supreme law is the law of the state. Allah can make it halal, we can make it haram. And we've done so. Allah can make it haram, we can make it halal, and we've done so. And that is shirk. And yet, the Islamic movements register themselves as political parties under the secular constitution and fight elections man to man with everybody else. Vote for me. Hoping to win the elections. And when you win the elections, by some abracadabra mystical system, you'll be able to transform this into something called an Islamic state. I never heard of an Islamic state in my life, and I'm 70 years of age. I don't know what's an Islamic state, and I don't want to know what's an Islamic state. Take your Islamic state and throw it in the garbage bin. Because I know what is Khilafah, and I know what is Darul Islam, and that is what is coming back. So how do we explain? Why is it that they can't see? Egypt just voted. Egypt just voted. Why can they not see what is wrong with the scholars of Islam in this modern age? Their failure has been so colossal. There's only one answer I can offer. Number one, methodology. Methodology for study. Number two, a proper study of Dajjal and therefore modern Western civilization. And number three, to recognize that spiritual insight is still a medium through which knowledge can come to us.